Well, as always, Aaron got caught issuing some untruthitudes, Your Honor. So we've got a lot to impact. So, it's a lot. It's a lot. And I want to do a really more extensive job in terms of covering not the latest video, but a couple before it. So a little while ago, Aaron declared that he was not going to hire any lawyer for the arrest at all. At all. He would use a public defender. That would be it. It would be quick. He'd confront Scientology and be done. So what happened? Well, apparently now he's panicking and he's bragging. He's going to get an attorney. Why? Well, apparently there's a report written by the police, and Aaron is very upset. It doesn't match his idea of what happened. Uh, and again, I've been criticized. I'm being too unfair to Aaron. So let me try to construct it the way I think he wants it to be constructed. It's not true, but this is his version of what happened. So I think from his perspective, he was just going as usual with his blue powder to the front entrance of the Scientology flag building. A Scientologist happened to be getting nearby him, pouring water, and here the Scientologist is the bad guy. Okay. He's not, but anyway. So in self-defense, I guess, Aaron threw the blue powder, hits the guy's face and torso, but he insists mainly it was the torso. So, yeah, maybe some of the face, maybe not. He thinks he didn't get the face at all. So, anyway, he hits the guy with the blue powder, and hours later, he's arrested. So, he's upset that, one, to him, the police did not investigate this issue properly. And the police officer who was narrating all these events is getting a lot wrong, in Aaron's opinion. There's also this big tangent he went on where a Scientology woman touched him a while ago, and he has a battery charge against her. I'm not going to get into that, but a lot of the video was him obsessively returning to that, and he feels that that woman is being basically getting off scot free, and he's being prosecuted and persecuted. Well, I will grant there's half a point because I think we know where this is going. That Scientology is going to try to accuse him of hate crimes.
Dumping sessions, and that the only reason this Scientology Sea Org member got children's fun run powder on him is because he was the only Sea Org member who walked all the way down the steps within arm's reach of me and got close enough to me and the bag of children's fun run powder that I was holding. The evidence would indicate he was not targeted at all. He was one of a group of anonymous.
So even though now the charge is battery, simple battery, right? A misdemeanor, not a felony. The Scientologists are getting ready to charge him with hate crimes. Well, if they do, he could be facing felony charges and go away for years and years and years. So I think Aaron is prepared to go to jail for months and months, but not entire years. That would be too severe for him and would really hurt his channel. So I think from his perspective, Scientology is trying to basically run him out of business, and he's very upset that the police seem to be actively cooperating with the Scientologists. Well, okay. I don't know where he's getting this stuff from, right? Yes, we know that Scientology and the Clearwater Police are dangerously close together. But so far, this is more or less what happens in all cases, right? They do an arrest and they investigate. The investigation happens to just turn up a version of events that Aaron doesn't like, but factually speaking, that police report is mostly accurate. Maybe it's going too far to assume that Aaron is a bigot, Aaron is a hater, and all this other stuff, but it's a plausible version of events. It's not just lying outright about Aaron. So I'm not quite sure why he's upset. In terms of him being treated unequally with this other woman, yeah, I mean, his version of events is true up to a point. I think what happened is more or less, she was advised, okay, just admit you had some fault in the incident, right? Which is committing battery. Apparently, she did that, and the police are okay, fine. She did that. There's no need for an arrest, no need for a case. We're done. The problem is, Aaron didn't have a lawyer to advise him, and he might have taken those exact same steps, but he chose not to do so. So now he has to have a case forward. So it could just be pure luck, right? She got good advice, she took it, and it's over. That's it. There is nothing else to see. One person got good legal advice, the other person did not. And Aaron was bragging he was not going to hire a lawyer or pay for legal advice. So he's feeling angry that he made a bad choice not hiring the lawyer. Now he's going to have to move really fast to correct any misstatements. Right. But you made that choice. You were like bragging, smiling, saying, I'm going to win this. I can do this with anything. I don't need a fancy lawyer. A public defender will do. That was your choice. You were making that post. I was like, oh, I can't believe I made the choice. It's such a bad choice. Right, right. And even with a good lawyer, I don't see how he's going to beat the hate crime charge. Right? I mean, I understand what Aaron is trying to say. He was not out there to specifically go after that specific person. So what? Right? He deliberately targeted someone because of their religious affiliation. So he's literally guilty of a hate crime. That's not the issue. It's, I guess, that Aaron thinks, well, I have to specifically hate this specific person. That's a hate crime. It depends. It depends on how you're reading what hate crimes legislation is supposed to do. If it's really protecting categories of people, it's not about the individuals. You don't need to have intimate knowledge of the victim. That's just not in the law. But if that's his theory, fine, he can argue the case. But I don't think it has much merit. So, is this worth panicking about? Well, he's still kind of smiling and bragging in this latest video. So, I don't know. I don't know. Again, he could just be performing again. He's just getting a lawyer to make more money and make it more melodramatic. Or he could be correct that he's facing some pretty severe charges. Right. And his version of events is that he's the victim because water was poured on him. And his response was to be a hateful bigot and throw blue powder at someone. I mean, it's an argument. I just think it's a losing argument. I think the moment a judge sees the evidence in its totality, I don't think that's going to work in his favor. So I think he's just delaying the inevitable. But that said, there's no doubt the Scientologists are exploiting loopholes here, right? They don't really care about hate crimes, right? Scientology, as the official church, has plenty of time to try to destroy people for their beliefs and been very much intolerant towards other religions and other groups of people. So it's total hypocrisy to invoke hate crimes legislation. But both sides are being hypocritical. So we're going to see where it goes. But yeah, this false panic. Yeah, Aaron has a point. They may put unnecessary hate crimes as charges, but in terms of the core charge of hate crimes, yeah, he's guilty. I don't see how he's going to be pleading innocent for that one. But we shall wait and see in how he tries to persuade the judge and the court system that he's totally innocent. It will be amusing, we'll say that much.